I never imagined I'd be pushed to this point. Never thought I'd be the kind of person to do something this outrageous. But when you're left with no options, when someone pushes you to your absolute limit, you either break or you fight back. And trust me, I fought back in the most unexpected way possible. And the best part? He never even knew. It all started with a toxic relationship. 4 years of frustration, resentment, and feeling like I was trapped in a never-ending nightmare. My ex and I weren't in love anymore. Heck, I don't even know if we ever really were. He was a lazy, entitled gamer who spent his days glued to his phone, his Nintendo Switch, and his bong. Me? I was stuck playing the role of the ever-patient girlfriend. But there was one thing, one incredibly frustrating thing, that turned my life into absolute hell. See, I had some medical issues. Bladder control problems, IBS, the works. Nothing glamorous, nothing I was proud of, but it was my reality. And instead of being supportive or understanding, my ex decided to turn it into a twisted little game. Every time I needed to use the bathroom, he'd sprint in first. Every single time. He'd take his sweet time in there, scrolling through his phone, playing games, plucking his face hair, anything to make me suffer. I can't even tell you how many times I'd be standing outside the door, legs crossed, stomach twisting in pain, begging him to just let me in. And he'd just laugh. Hold on, babe. I'm almost done. But he never was. Minutes would stretch into eternity, and by the time he finally emerged, acting all casual like he hadn't just put me through hell, I'd be 1 second away from losing it. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't just bad timing. No, he was doing it on purpose. It was his sick little power trip. And I let it go on for way too long. Till one day I snapped. We had 2 cats. 2 adorable little fur balls with 2 perfectly clean litter boxes. And one day, when my ex predictably locked himself in the bathroom, giggling to himself while I suffered, I realized something. I didn't need him. I didn't need his stupid bathroom. I had options. And so I did the unthinkable. I walked over to the litter box, squatted down, and did what needed to be done. And let me tell you, it wasn't just a tiny little accident. No. This was an event. A statement. A protest in the most primal way possible. I even peed a little, marking my victory over his ridiculous bathroom tyranny. And then, I waited. Later that day, I watched as my ex sauntered over to clean out the litter boxes. He frowned. Ha! The cats really went crazy in here. I nodded, keeping my face neutral. Yeah. Guess they were having a rough day. He knelt down, scooped it up, examined it. I held my breath, heart pounding. Would he realize? Would he connect the dots? But no. Not even a little. Instead, he just sighed, shook his head, and muttered, "Damn, I need to change their diet." I had never felt so powerful in my entire life. That was the beginning of the end for us. After that, I started seeing him for what he really was, a lazy, selfish, manipulative person who took pleasure in my discomfort. I deserved better. It wasn't long after that when I finally walked away from the relationship for good. And to this day, he never knew what really happened that night. Never knew the small, petty act of revenge that made me realize I was done. Looking back, do I regret it? Not one bit. 'Cause sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands. Literally. So, tell me, what's the pettiest thing you've ever done in a relationship? Let me know in the comments. And if you loved this story, hit that subscribe button because trust me, I've got plenty more where this came from. Until next time, stay savage.